Hey everyone, we're diving into a topic you guys seem to love, how to tell if someone's actually into you.
The age-old question, right?
Seriously, who hasn't spent time agonizing over those mixed signals?
Yeah.
But lucky for you, we're breaking it all down today.
Buckle up.
We've got a great combo of sources, an article from the Gentleman's Journal, a little more, classic take on dating.
Gotcha.
And then, to shake things up, we've got relationship expert Courtney Ryan's YouTube video, Modern Perspective.
Nice. Should be interesting to see how they line up. Or don't.
Right. Let's jump in. Gentleman's Journal starts off strong. The classic open body language, uncrossed arms, a real smile. Are they even looking at you?
The basics, but important for a reason. Open posture, it generally means someone's comfortable, receptive.
Like, hey, I'm open to this interaction.
Exactly. Whereas arms crossed, avoiding eye contact, that can signal not so much.
Like, nope, back off.
Yeah.
But then Courtney Ryan, she throws in a really cool twist on this. Women complimenting a guy's clothes.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
She's calling it the modern dropping the handkerchief. Like an icebreaker, but with style.
Clever. I mean, social cues change, but the underlying goal is the same. Spark some interest.
Totally. Both sources also talk about mirroring, which I always find fascinating. Subconsciously matching someone's posture, gestures when you're really vibing.
Mirroring, huge sign of rapport.
Yeah.
Shows you're on the same wavelength, feeling that connection.
Like, hey, we're in sync here.
Exactly.
Courtney even gives this example of a woman at a bar suddenly moves her purse to get rid of the barrier between her and the guy she likes.
Making space, literally.
Inviting that interaction, non-verbally, of course.
Amazing how much we say without saying anything, huh?
Right. Speaking of non-verbal cues, the Gentleman's Journal gets a little quirky with this one.
Uh-oh, let's hear it.
They say, watch a woman's feet. If they're pointed towards you, could be subconscious attraction.
Feet direction. Haven't specifically seen research on that one.
Yeah, no, it's out there.
But it kind of fits, right? Our bodies betraying our feelings, even in subtle ways.
Maybe another piece of the puzzle, but definitely not the be-all and end-all. And while we're on subconscious signals, both of them emphasize eye contact.
Makes sense.
Gentleman's Journal specifically mentions dilated pupils.
Oh yeah, that's a real physiological thing. Pupils dilate when we see something pleasing. Brain's like, give me more of that.
So in this case, could be the person themselves.
Potentially.
Eyes giving us away, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Courtney Ryan, she adds to this, talking about the look. Those repeated glances across the room, maybe a little smile thrown in.
Classic. Can definitely signal interest. But then again, not everyone expresses attraction the same way.
Sure.
Shy person might glance, then quickly look away. Nervousness,
So personality matters, context matters. It's not one size fits all.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on from the eyes, let's talk voice. Gentleman's Journal says both men and women tend to lower their voice talking to someone they're attracted to.
Interesting. Because we usually think of women going higher pitched when flirting.
Right. But maybe it's more about subtle shifts in tone, not a drastic change.
Could be. Trying to project that attractive voice. Deeper for men, a little huskier for women.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Now, Courtney Ryan, she's all about remembering details as a sign of genuine interest.
Oh yeah, totally. Makes you feel seen, heard.
Sending a meme that reminded you of them, bringing up something from a previous conversation, shows effort.
It does. You're not just mindlessly scrolling, you're actively thinking about them.
Right, like, hey, what you said mattered to me.
Exactly.
Okay, get ready for this one. She says, if a woman starts using we, talking about future plans.
Ooh, the we factor.
It's a pretty big deal.
Could be. Definitely suggests she's picturing you in that future. But gotta be careful, right?
Right. We're not talking manipulative behavior here.
Exactly. Gotta distinguish between genuine inclusion and,
We'll get into that.
Yes, we will.
But for now, let's just say healthy, gradual inclusion, not rushing into serious commitment on day one.
Agreed. Gotta keep it balanced. Not all we statements are created equal, right? Like, sometimes it's love bombing.
Okay, yeah, that's not what we want. So how do you tell the difference between the good we and the manipulative kind?
Context is everything. Is it a brand new relationship? Things moving super fast? Big promises about the future when they barely know you? Red flags.
Right, makes sense.
But if it's developing naturally, they're gradually including you in their life.
That's different.
More organic.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so while we're on the topic of red flags, Gentleman's Journal actually talked about what they called suggestive behavior.
I think I remember this. tricky territory.
Very.
Hey.
Like tilting her head to expose her neck, keeping her hands and wrists visible.
Yeah, I mean, those things could be flirty, but
Huge but.
someone could just be comfortable, expressive, doesn't automatically mean attraction.
So if someone's just naturally kind of touchy-feely.
Doesn't mean they're into you, right?
Oh.
Gotta look at the whole picture.
Another one they mentioned, blushing. Classic butt. But can mean so many things. Attraction, sure, but also embarrassment, awkwardness.
So how do you know which is which?
Again, context. Other positive signs along with it. Smiling, open body language. Or are they flustered, withdrawn? Subtle cues matter.
It's like detective work, huh? Piecing it all together.
Kinda, yeah.
And Courtney Ryan, she's big on emphasizing that everyone shows attraction differently.
Absolutely. No one-size-fits-all formula here.
Like an extrovert, maybe more direct eye contact, starting conversations. Introvert, totally different.
Right, and confidence levels too. Someone super confident might be very upfront about their interest, while someone shy might rely on those subtler cues.
Oh, this is interesting. She actually said sometimes a woman being nervous can be a sign she likes you.
Yeah, that makes sense. We think of nervousness as bad, but
But it could be flustered because they like you. Butterflies, the whole deal.
exactly. Our body's betraying us even when we're trying to play it cool.
Oh, and speaking of bodies, Courtney's also big on touch. Like, if a woman initiates physical contact, touching your arm, shoulder, whatever.
Touch, when it's appropriate, can definitely convey a lot. Warmth, connection, and yeah, attraction too.
She even said she's never touched a guy she wasn't interested in. Pretty strong statement.
Bold. But it highlights how significant that can be. Breaking down those physical barriers, establishing a little intimacy.
The Gentleman's Journal, they talked about mirroring too. Noticing if you're both reaching for your drinks at the same time, shifting your posture in sync.
Yeah, that subconscious mimicry, often a sign of, like you said earlier, rapport. Feeling connected.
Like your bodies are trying to, I don't know, align with each other.
Harmony, yeah, I get it.
So we've got body language, eye contact, voice, touch, mirroring. Anything we're missing.
Well, Courtney also had some behavioral things that can be pretty telling. Like, she said women sometimes ask men to teach them something as a way to spend more time together.
So like suddenly wanting to learn how to play golf, even though they've never shown interest before.
Exactly. Could be a way to initiate a shared activity, get to know someone better, a little more casually.
That's actually pretty smart.
Right. And then she mentioned rescheduling a date instead of just canceling. That can actually be a good sign.
Really? I would have thought canceling was better.
Well, think about it. If they're not interested, they'll just cancel. Easy. But rescheduling means they still want to make time for you, even if they're busy.
Oh, showing effort.
Yeah, making you a priority.
Okay, so to sum it all up, it sounds like we've got a pretty solid toolkit here for figuring out if someone's into us. But like both sources said, gotta look at the whole picture. Personality, context, and most importantly,
Communicate directly. Don't just rely on these signs and hope for the best.
right? Sometimes we get so caught up in the game, we forget to just, talk to each other.
Exactly. Clear communication, always the best foundation.
So anything else our listeners should keep in mind as they're out there navigating the world of attraction?
I think it's easy to get caught up in all these signs,
Oh, yeah.
But attraction, it's way more complex than just a checklist.
Totally. It's not a formula.
Right. You got to understand the person, communicate openly, honestly.
It's like we get so focused on decoding the signs, we forget to actually, just talk.
Exactly. And sometimes the best way to know if someone's into you is to just ask. Straight up.
Put it out there. Scary, but effective.
And, it doesn't have to be this big romantic confession, just a simple, hey, I've really enjoyed talking to you, want to grab coffee sometime?
Low pressure, keeps it casual.
Exactly. So, final thought for our listeners, it's great to be aware of these signs, but don't let them overshadow the real goal.
Which is?
Building genuine connections.
There it is. Attraction's just the spark. It's the connection, the effort, the communication that keeps the fire going.
Well said. So trust your gut, be open to connecting, and remember, the journey matters just as much as the destination.
Love that. And that wraps up our deep dive into decoding attraction. Hopefully you guys are feeling a little more equipped to navigate the world of relationship.
With a little more insight and a lot more heart.
Until next time.